One of the things that actually puts men off is a woman that feels entitled. It is my right. It is not your right for a man to look after you. Let's be honest here. The moment you start using the word, I want a man to look after me, I want him to pay for everything and all that. Listen, relationship is not centered around money. Relationship is a joint experience and joint partnership. Both of you must be in alignment with your values. And if your value is a man looking after you, you can work, but your money is your money, the man does everything in the house, you are actually asking for trouble. You know, there is a trend that is actually going around among many women that they are not even aware of the detrimental impact it would have on their relationship. And I have put down these 6 things that every smart woman must seriously consider. But before I give you these tools today, number 1, I need you to like our channel, comment on our channel, and most importantly, subscribe and share. Let us know how some of these tools that I'm giving you is a blessing unto you. You know, there are certain things, and there is a trend that is actually going on that can be very detrimental to any woman that wants to get married and is actually speaking this kind of language. Is, I want a man to look after me, or I want a man to pay for everything. I would want to work, but he has to pay for everything. There's nothing wrong with that. The issue here is the demand and the expectation. One of the things that actually puts men off is a woman that feels entitled. It is my right. It is not your right for a man to look after you. Let's be honest here. The moment you start using the word, I want a man to look after me, I want him to pay for everything and all that. Listen, relationship is not centered around money. Relationship is a joint experience and joint partnership. Both of you must be in alignment with your values. And if your value is a man looking after you, you can work, but your money is your money, the man does everything in the house, you are actually asking for trouble. Listen, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. This is what happened 1749. Seriously traditional marriage. This thought is actually embedded in tradition. And if you would like to know, in those days, rules and roles are very defined. The man who knows that his job is to go out there, work, bring the money. Whichever way he wants to do. Women were not expected, were not meant to be working. So their job really is to stay at home. Everything about the kitchen is their job. Everything about the home, that is what they do. So by the time the guy comes, food is ready. He comes, he sits, bring me my food, and they serve him. If this is what you are saying to a guy, I want you to do everything for me, then you must be ready to go down that route. You can't take one thing out of something and make it your rule. So I have put in these 6 things that I think is going to help you, so that this mindset of wanting a guy to look after you and wanting a guy to, pay all the bills. As for you, when I have my money is my money. His job is to look after me. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. It has to be a joint understanding. So the first thing you want to understand is, anytime you start making such demands and you start speaking like that, number 1, it's called power dependency. There is power involved here. So be very mindful. Somebody is going to be dependent on something, and it's all about power. control. Are you ready for that? Number 2, be realistic. What is the fundamental thing that really is important to you? Your values, their values. Be realistic. Listen, everybody's relationship is different, and every relationship is different. So be realistic. Don't have unrealistic expectations. And number 3, don't project your trauma on the new relationship. A simple example. Maybe you've seen your mother who struggled a lot in life, or she spent all her money looking after men, or the men that were coming in her life were not employed, or they didn't have money and she was just looking after them. Or somebody told you, this is what works for us. It is called trauma projection. What works for John, or what works for Elizabeth, or what works for, Mary, or what works for another person, it's not the same as you. So have your own values. Don't project. The fact that somebody else struggled with that kind of, trauma, and they were looking after men, doesn't mean that you have to now get to a mind state of, me, I will never do that. Every man that I date will have to be, I don't want to be like my mom, I don't want to be like my sister, I don't want to be like, Josephine, or whatever it is. You're projecting trauma on the new relationship you have. Be mindful, be realistic, understand what you have at hand. What is important is the guy working. When somebody is working, that is what you need to be focused on. Are they able to pay some of the most important things and to deal with some of the most important things in the household? This is where this is where values are aligned. Number 4, be practical. He might lose his job. Finances might not go okay. He might be ill. What happens then? If you are in a position whereby your mindset is the man has to do everything in the house, what happens if he loses his job? What happens if he's ill? What happens if the financial situation in your home changes? Are you going to step up? So be very, very practical. Number 5, focus on a man that is responsible. A man that is responsible knows and understands his role. He takes initiative. Both of you have to come together and you discuss what is going to work for your relationship. And number 6, don't be demanding. Don't feel entitled. Many men feel it's such a put off. This is his job. He must do it. He has to know. It is just not cool. It's not smart. So don't be demanding, and have your own money. Learn, if you can, possibly work. Even if it's creatively, something that brings you something in. This is what the role of a woman in a man's life is all about, is to support. Can he also depend on you when he hasn't got it? So put these things in your mind and stop feeling entitled. Stop speaking like everybody is doing it. I want a man that to look after me, so you too, you're speaking the same thing without understanding the consequences. Because it puts men off. My name is Abigail Borquaye, and until I come your way, remember, change starts from the one that wants change. So, lead the way. Bye.